how are the guys coming along heading into tomorrow night's season opener?
Oh yeah, we've had a pretty good week. This week had a good trial out there in Christchurch and against the Warriors. So coming out of that okay, we've got a few injuries, but we're coming out of that pretty good. Freshen them up a bit earlier and then prepared for this game. So like I say, we're prepared pretty well.
You've got some quite young guys, particularly in the back row. You've got two guys who haven't played too much. How have you gone about setting them up, and how have Eliezer and Trent come along this year?
No, they've both had really good pre-seasons. They've worked really hard, and they're both really talented players. Probably been two of our better trainers in the pre-season, to be quite honest. So again, playing the game's a little bit different, obviously, but we're pretty confident they'll do a good job.
You do have a pretty heavy injury toll. You probably thought that was all behind you after last season, and then you kind of back where you started.
You'd like to think so, but it just seems as though we've. I'm not quite sure why, but some of the injuries have been some on the long term and most of them short term. So that's been a great period for us, in that way. But as I've said before, our mentality is when someone misses out, someone else gets a chance. So hopefully those guys can grab it with both hands.
Cameron Munster mentioned during the pre-season that he's been dealing with that osteitis pubis for 6 months or so, and he felt it maybe it lost a bit of zip. What have you sort of seen in terms of him being ready to go?
Yeah, he probably, when he came back from the World Cup, he was a bit proppy for a bit, but he seems to be going along okay now. He's probably his last month of training has been pretty good, so hopefully he might be over that.
Craig, Will Warbrick, we've heard about him so much over the years. He looks like he's in line for a spot this weekend. What's he shown you over the pre-season with his maturity, growth, etc.?
Yeah, he's been an interesting character for us. Obviously, come last year, and it took him a while to adapt to the game. And it's a lot different game to what he was playing. Obviously, he's come from rugby union background, but I think most of his union in New Zealand was with the Sevens. So that's where he excelled. So it's a lot different game to that, obviously. So he's had a really good pre-season as well. I think last year was probably a really good learning experience for him, and he's ready to play well. He was probably our best player against the Warriors, to be quite honest. So hopefully he can continue that sort of form tomorrow night.
The height that he's got, sorry, I was just following on with that one, but like him and having Xavier on each wing, they're quite the athletic specimens. They're tall and they've obviously got good aerial ability, so offers quite a difference, I suppose.
Yeah, well, he probably didn't have that last year. X didn't play A-League last year, so they certainly give us something to look at a little bit differently to what we had.
Craig, you've thrown Nick Meaney around. It's been almost like a Mr. Fix-It for you.
Yeah.
Settle him down at one for a while. Are you excited to see what he can do?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where his best position is, but he's only been here like 2 to 3 years. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's only 2 years. But he's played every position in the back line for us, and I think he might have got thrown into dummy half for 10 minutes at one stage as well. So, he's done a terrific job for us. He's a very talented player. I think probably last year, at times, he probably lacked a little bit of confidence, but, he's certainly got, he's confident in what he's doing now, and, he's been a great help to the team, and, he's a good talker back there, and he works hard. So, hopefully he can do a real good job for us.
The word is it was a pretty tough pre-season, they all are, but do you feel like the players are going to be really well prepared to hit the ground running?
Yeah, we've had a few changes through the pre-season with our personnel. Obviously, we've had a few injuries, so what we probably thought at the start of pre-season, close to who our 17 would be, that's obviously changed a lot. So, we've just had to work hard on the combinations, and hopefully, it can click a little bit tomorrow night.
Been a bit of turnover in the squad, Craig. What's the expectation this year?
Yeah, we don't go in with any expectation. We just worry about what we've got to do this week, what we've got to do today, and do that as well as we can. And then, you start making expectations. That's just, you're looking for trouble. Then you're thinking about things that are not important, that you can't really control. At the end of the day, we can control what we do today, and hopefully, we'll be in control of what we do tomorrow night.
Speaking of tomorrow night, the 2022 grand finalists, so they're obviously great team. They've had their own injury concerns, and I thought, what are you kind of expecting them to bring?
Oh, again, as you say, they won the grand final last year, and they've got some wonderful players there. Their spine, obviously, Gutherson and Brown and Moses, are terrific players, and Marnie was a great player for him last year as well. Obviously, he's moved on, but they've got a pretty experienced bloke in Josh Hodgson, who's been playing at Canberra for a long time and doing a great job as well. So I think, again, with their two front rowers too, they give them a lot of drive, big guys, and I think they've had a real good player there. That young Hopgood has come from Penrith. He's a really clever player, and offloads a lot. So they've added a little bit of strength there, I reckon. Having said that, they'll probably miss a couple of their edge players that have moved on, but obviously, as you said, they were grand finalists last year, so that just about says it.
Historically, maybe the exception of 2018, like when you lost a grand final, you've come back really strong the following year. Obviously, they lost. Does it really drive you in the pre-season, and do you do anything different, I suppose, when you're
I think everyone's disappointed, when you lose a grand final, but with all due respect, it's a pretty good effort to make a grand final, to be quite honest. So I'm sure the Parramatta and Brad, have put that to the back of their mind, and they're just worried about this year.
Craig, not for the first time, it seems like the Sydney media is writing you off again for a few reasons. Is that back to control the controllables, or do you let that?
Yeah, no. At the end of the day, it's that's their opinion, and that's fair enough. They're allowed an opinion, but at the end of the day, we can't control that. So we only can control what we do, and we're just going to go out there and compete as hard as we can, and hopefully the new players that have come into the side, can do a good job for us, and then we'll go from there.
The Eels have got hold of you the last couple of times. Is there anything, just watch that ball, anything that the Eels have done particularly against you guys the last 3 or 4 times that you can, I guess, fix up and then this time?
Yeah, I think they've hung on to the ball really well. So again, just watching their games in the trials, they were probably a little bit different to that. They were offloading a lot and whatever, but like I say, we can't control what they do tomorrow night either, what their game plan is, and what they do against us. But as we've said a couple of times, we can control what we do, and hopefully we can handle and make up.
You spoke about your future on Monday night on NRL 360. In terms of the hierarchy at the club, is everyone on the same page about what you're doing going forward, or are they keen for you to coach on, to be honest?
Again, nothing's changed since whenever it was. So at the end of the day, that's not important at the moment. It's just important, preparing for this game and for the season. I haven't really spoken to them about it, for a little while. So, like I say, at the end of the day, nothing's changed since Monday.
Christian Welch is happy and healthy. It must be good as a coach to have him leading the side again.
Yeah, disappointing. Last year for Welsh, he got hurt in the first game, and he put a target, we put a target, and he'd probably get back at the end of the year, but that didn't happen. So that was a real disappointment to him. So it's good to have him back. He does a lot of the real little, I suppose, things that some other players have trouble doing. He just keeps it really simple, does the little things really well, and that's what we build our game on. So he's the ideal leader for us.
Craig, a lot of you had the head shave during the off-season. It's quite hard to identify some of the lads out there. Are you going to tell them to keep the short hair, or are some of the coaches going to keep the short hair? What's the plan going forward?
Yeah, I'm not overly keen on it. I'm not quite sure it's going to keep growing back, but I don't know whether you've noticed Harry Grant out there today. He's had a little haircut and a little bit of, it's exposed his head, which is not a great thing probably. So not quite sure Harry should be. I think he's Harry Styles, perhaps. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, he's the good haircuts keep coming apparently. So, but I'm just waiting for mine to grow back.